Real voices, real journey.
The Anglo Heartline.
Hello and welcome to Heartline, Anglo's official podcast. And we are here to bring you meaningful conversations where we share real voices, real journeys from our Anglo community. I am Tuesday, and today is a very special moment for us. This is our very first pilot episode, and we're going to talk about Anglo Singapore International School, established in 2003, has been shaping young minds for over 2 decades. Today, with 3 campuses and a strong reputation as one of the leading Singaporean British curriculum schools in Thailand, Anglo continues to grow, not just in size, but in heart and purpose. Now, in this episode, we're taking a step back from policies and program to meet the one and only person behind the vision. Gracing us with her time today is the CEO of Anglo Singapore International School. Please welcome Ms Julie Sutanto.
Thank you, Tuesday. It does feel a little bit unusual to be the one on this side of the conversation. I'm usually the one asking the questions, but thank you for having me today.
Right. So first of all, let's talk about your education journey. I'm pretty sure that a lot of our viewers and listeners out there would be interested in knowing what experiences or what you learned from these experiences that shaped who you are today and Anglo.
My journey into education wasn't a strategic career plan. It really began as a mother. I want the best education for my children. And I explore different systems, really a lot of different systems. I realized something very important. Education shapes more than just academic result. It shapes identity, confidence, resilience, and the way a child sees the world. Like any mother, I was searching for a school that aligned fully with my values, but I couldn't find one that brought everything together in the way I envisioned. So instead of settling for one that doesn't meet all my requirements, I decided, why not build one? That's how Anglo Singapore International School began. Not from an ambition, but from a conviction as a mother. Anglo is created with the heart of a parent who wanted her child to grow up in a dignified environment, feel safe, confidence, develop independence, and experience learning that truly meant something.
Wow, that's interesting. Actually, Ms. Julie, we're learning a lot from the person behind Anglo Vision. So you mentioned earlier about your own experiences in education, and I'm just curious, was there a mentor or a teacher that shaped your how you see learning today?
Not one single person, but many conversations over the years. I met parents, teachers, educators, students who share stories of being confident, independent. Students who are not afraid to ask questions or face challenges. What stayed with me most was not what teachers taught, but they make students feel. The best educators created a safe environment where learning becomes independent and meaningful. These are the collective experiences that shape my philosophy.
Thank you very much for sharing your personal experiences in education. That helps us understand you and Anglo's vision and the community. Now, in your view, what truly makes Anglo unique from other schools? Let's say when you enter a classroom, what do you see happening?
I actually look for 3 very simple things. First, is the environment dignified? Are students spoken to with respect? Do they feel safe enough to participate? Learning really cannot flourish in fear. Dignity always comes first. Second, is learning meaningful? Do students understand why they are learning something? Can they connect it beyond the page? When learning has a purpose, it stays with them. And third, are students thinking independently? Are they analyzing, questioning, forming their own conclusion, or just waiting to be told? If I see dignity, meaningful engagement, and independent thinking, I know the classroom is healthy.
And now, what kind of culture you've always envisioned for Anglo?
I want a culture where children feel safe enough to attempt difficult things. I do not want passive excellence. Students who score well, but depend entirely on teachers' guidance. What I want is thoughtful excellence. I want your child to say, I understand this, I can apply this, and I solve this. This is independence. And just as important, I want the teachers to feel they are trusted and valued like the student. A dignified environment that includes both students and teachers.
Yes, that's right. You talked about a lot of culture and values that you envisioned for Anglo. You also mentioned independent learning, meaningful learning, and dignified learning. That leads me to think about what success truly means to you as a school leader.
Of course, this is a very academic school, so academic results matter, but they are not the full picture. If a former student returns and says, Anglo taught me how to think, that will mean everything. That is why our motto is learn to think and think to learn. Grades are just temporary. Thinking is lifelong. No one remains as a C student forever, and no one remains as an A student forever without continued effort. Growth requires reflection. It requires learning how to learn. And that's more powerful than a number on the report card. And this is very important. Every child here is someone's entire world, and every child needs to know that they have to learn to think and think to learn.
Of course, I agree with you, Ms. Julie. When we talk about success, always about our students, how they're learning. One of the most profound aspects of education, of course, is trust.
Yes.
Parents entrust schools with something incredibly precious, their children. Now, I would like to ask, how do you carry that responsibility?
Like I said earlier, every child here is someone's entire world. Every child is special. When I make decisions, especially difficult ones, I ask myself as a mother, would this be right for my own child? If the answer is yes, even if it's very uncomfortable, I will still do it because we are doing the right thing. Trust must never be taken lightly.
Yes, I like what you said about our child is really the entire world where this is all about, Anglo. Now, if you could speak directly to a child entering
Yes.
Anglo for the first time, what would you say?
I will tell the child, you matters here. You'll be challenged here. You will discover what you are capable of, and you always be treated with dignity as you grow.
Now, Ms. Julie, as we come to an end of our conversation today, what would you like to say to our parents, to teachers and students?
I need to say at the end of all this, I would like everyone to know, at the heart of Anglo, it's a very simple and unwavering belief. Education should build on character, courage, and clarity of thought. We want to nurture and inspire a diverse learning community, one where every child is seen, respected, and empowered. Like I said earlier, Anglo did not begin as a business plan. It begins as a mother's search. And even as we grow, that heart must remain. If we protect dignity, ensure learning is meaningful, and cultivate independence, then we are not just educating students. We are really, really shaping lives. And that really matters. Every child matters.
Thank you very much, Ms. Julie, for sharing your journey, your
Okay.
reflections so openly. It has been a meaningful conversation, and we're very grateful for your time.
Thank you very much for having me Tuesday.
Join us in our next episode as we hear from parents across kindergarten, primary, and secondary about what it means to be part of Anglo. This is Heartline, Real Voices, Real Journeys. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Real voices, real journey.
The Anglo Heartline.